I cannot even believe I'm about to say this, but I think I liked this better than Anne. Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Haley and I am a Christian wife, homeschooling mother of 3, out to redeem my very own literary education. And each year I have started the tradition of naming a male author of the year and a female author of the year and trying to work through as many of their books as possible. And this year my female author of the year is none other than L.M. Montgomery, the author of Anne of Green Gables. And my goals for her this year is to finish up the Anne of Green Gables series. I have 2 books left, and I can't wait to wrap it up because I adore Anne. I also have a goal to start her other series. I would like to read Emily of New Moon, I would like to read The Story Girl, and I would like to try a few of her standalone books, and one of those is The Blue Castle. And I loved this book so much. I actually think I liked this better than Anne, and I love Anne so much, and we're going to talk about why that is. So in The Blue Castle, we follow Valancy Sterling, who is a 29-year-old woman living under the thumb of her micromanaging, ridiculous family. They all believe that she is an old maid. There's no way that she's going to get married now. She basically just lives to please and serve her family, to obey them, to do what they expect of her. However, when Valancy receives a medical diagnosis that basically tells her she has 1 year left to live, she decides that she's going to live and no more. She breaks her silence. She starts telling her family exactly what she thinks, and she is going to live this last bit of life on her own terms. And I adored this book so much. You can tell at the beginning of the book that she is full of bitterness and loneliness. She's just in a really dark place, and I felt absolutely terrible for her. So when she receives this news, she decides that she's going to keep it from her family and keep it to herself. And all of a sudden, she starts voicing her opinion around them and what she thinks of them, and she responds to things the way that she doesn't want to. She doesn't do things or chores if she doesn't want to do them, and her family, who's just very almost too proper, put together people, thinks that she has gone mad, and it's hilarious. I laughed out loud at this book so many times. Valancy has so much spunk, and it could be skewed in a bad way if it wasn't done well, but Ellen Montgomery really did it right. Valancy isn't overstepping anything when she is speaking what she believes to be true to her family. I don't feel like she's being mean or she's being harsh. She's just being truthful and true to herself. She's 29 years old, for goodness sake, and they don't even call her by her name. They call her by her childhood nickname, and she's just ready to turn over a new leaf. So Valancy gets this opportunity to get away from her family when one of the town kind of outlaws, outcasts that her family does not want her to be around, offers her a position to be a housekeeper and a caretaker of their daughter. And this is where Valancy breaks free from her family and just starts being her true self. There's also a romance that gets introduced in this that I just adored. I don't want to spoil it for you or who it's with or anything like that, but what I will say, what I loved about the romance in this book was that it felt so real. Often books will portray men as these very picture perfect, sweep you off your feet kind of men, and it just doesn't always seem realistic. But this man is a man, okay? He is an outdoorsman, but he also has a heart of gold, and the way their relationship develops is very slow and natural, and you almost don't even catch it, but it's just so sweet and perfect. This is one of my favorite romances that I've read about because of that. and the nature scenes in this book are just unmatched. Ellen Montgomery does an excellent job writing about nature and things like that. I love that about the Anne of Green Gables series, but this book just takes it to a whole other enchanting, ethereal level, and I loved it for the scenery. The Blue Castle isn't what I thought it would be, so in Valancey's kind of oppression from her family, she escapes in her mind to a blue castle of her daydreams. But when she breaks free from the family, she finds a blue castle of her own that isn't at all what I expected or even what she expected, but was way better than what the reader or Valancey could have imagined. And I'm just obsessed with this story. I devoured it. I did not even stop to annotate it, which I usually do, or mark commonplace quotes, because I just couldn't stop. And it's been a minute since I've encountered a book like that, so it's really revived me out of a reading slump. It's not an incredibly long book. I have the Warbler Annotated Classics editions, which I love. And this book was only, 151 pages, which isn't that much. And every time I sat down with it, I devoured it. And I also love that Valancey is a reader, and something that she uses to escape is this nature author, this author who just writes this really beautiful poetic scenery about being in nature. I love the way that whole thing plays out in this book. It's one of those that has stuck with me. It's one of those that I will reread. The next time I reread it, I will annotate in commonplace then. But this first reading, I just wanted to devour it. So I did, and I cannot recommend it enough. I can't wait to try some of Ellen Montgomery's other stories, because although she's so well known for Anne, I thought this story was better, and I love Anne. But as Anne matures, I've made it up to Anne of Ingleside. So she's a wife, she's a mother now, and I love Anne, but as she matures, I feel like she becomes almost too picture perfect in some ways. She definitely gets a control under her temper. It's still there sometimes, but she's almost idealistic and unattainable, and I love that about Anne and find that so charming and endearing. But I really enjoyed reading about kind of a more spunky, not necessarily beautiful in a normal way character. I loved Valancey. I love her wit and her humor, and I love the way she sees the world. And I really like how Ellen Montgomery dealt with the topic of faith in this book, which she usually does. Her family has this very proper and legalistic faith, which can kind of keep you at arm's length from people in the community that you would look down on or that you wouldn't help if they needed it. But Valancey just kind of throws that out the window and really models that true Christian charity and love towards others. And her view on faith is just refreshing, because I feel like it's more akin to what Jesus would want. So I loved everything about this book. I cannot talk about it enough, and I really can't wait to try some of Ellen Montgomery's other works. I personally love standalone books. I love when you can just read a book and it is complete in itself. I tend to prefer those over series, though I like series as well. So if you have read some of Ellen Montgomery's other works, please let me know in the comments below which one you think that I should read next. I hope y'all really give this one a try, and Lord willing, I will see y'all next time. Happy reading, friends!